Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning here in Colorado. And of course, it's Sunday night, Monday morning, somewhere in the world, I'm sure. So hopefully, you've had a wonderful day, wonderful night. And I'm excited to see what Spirit has for us today. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So whether you're watching this live or on replay, if you'd like to join me, I more than welcome that. We can join outside of space and time where this beautiful love exists and multiply it out to the world. So I'm just going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now, and let that love from above flow into us, knowing that we are unconditionally loved. Let it fill us up, knowing that we are made of unconditional love. Send that beautiful energy out to the world, unconditionally loving the world and everyone in it, and realizing the world is made of unconditional love. And if you are in need of love right now for your heart, your mind, your body, a relationship, a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me the space to do that. And then before we get into the actual readings, just want to let everyone know as well. Okay, make sure we are live, right? We're good there. And so we had the weekly energy updates for this coming week. They came out yesterday morning, but here is the, let me just put that in there. There we go. The playlist for this week, and it's by each individual zodiac sign. We do go, Mars goes direct. So goes into its post shadow anyway. So we are coming out of that Mars retrograde, which had us reflect on our relationship to divine masculine authority, masculine energy in our life, whether they're here or on the other side. So some wonderful energies that we got to reflect on, right? So I love the messages that came through for there. And also, I did put out a personal reading giveaway video last, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, just talking about how I'm going to handle drawings for a while. And it basically, if you look at the video, it's about that video is where you comment. And just if you watch the video, it'll tell you more about it. But if I have 15 or more comments on those videos, I will have a drawing for a 30-minute person recorded reading, which I got 15 on there already. If I get 30 comments, then I'll add in an additional 45-minute personal recorded reading. And then if I get 45 or more comments, I'll add even an hour personal recorded reading on top of that. I think when I looked at it this morning, there's like 29. So we're like one away from adding in the 45-minute. So you still have a week because I'm going to have it every 2 weeks. So you have until next Sunday in the afternoon, probably after I do the morning session, I'll close it out, pick a winner, record, and let you guys know who the winners are. So I'm excited. I know I love giving away stuff. So, so I'm excited for this one. And I think that's good for now as far as what videos they want me to share. And let's do the pop out and we'll get started on the readings here. And as we've been doing, if you're new to my channel, how I handle the free readings is I do go down in order of the chat. I start at the very top and I just go first come, first serve as we go down the list. And if you make a donation, then I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings, complete those, and then go back and continue down the list in order. So that's the skinny on how that all works. And we will get started. Hey, Courtney, thank you so much. So we do have a donation to start off. I'm going to use at least start off with the Transient Light Tarot today. So let's take a look here and see what we have, and we will get going. Hope everyone's having an amazing 2023 already. And it's just, be here in this moment right now, full of gratitude for what is, right? Tract more gratitude in that. All right. So, Courtney, thank you for your donation. And so you expressed your feelings towards Marquita. Does she even know or even care how you feel? Are you wasting your time? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on with Marquita. Let me just move this microphone up a little bit so you don't have to hear the shuffling of the cards at high volume. So, Courtney, let's take a look. What's going on with Marquita? Okay. So let's see what's going on in her mind. Let's see here. All right. So, I do see here, so I feel like this is an important card here with the Two of Cups is about love, and there definitely is emotion in there, but there's a lot going on inside Marquita, which we're about to show you here. So we've got the Keeper of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Swords, which swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, and a lot of our beliefs and expectations around things. So around relationships, she's got a lot of conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets within her. I don't feel like this is conflict with you. I feel like this is all within her mind going back and forth. The Keeper of the Swords, the queen, not only does she rule over the air and swords, but all the queens are given water as well, which allows her to balance like heart and mind. And so there's this going back and forth between heart and mind that is represented there. The other thing that pops up, and this is where her conflict is happening inside, is the Six of Coins is my codependency awareness card when it comes to relationship questions. And what's bouncing around inside her is this pain, is the history that she's had in past relationships where she tends to overgive and overgive and overgive, doesn't allow people to give to her, which then makes the other people either walk away or invest their energy in other things and other people, which end up in like affairs and feeling abandoned, feeling by themselves. And so this is rattling around inside. Now, this is her higher self and her human self. And this is the journey that she's going through. There's really nothing that you can do to help her with this conflict that's going inside because you are being a mirror for her in her life and you can't help but see what she's seeing and reflecting back, right? So, I know because you have a huge heart too, which that's a good mirror for you, right? Of like, oh, I overgive too. So, as you're going into this interaction with Marquita, just know that it's also a big mirror for you to look at your tendency to overgive and see how that is rooted something in your past. Usually it's for all of us, it's when our emotional body is being created 7 years old and younger. Where did we feel we had to overgive and overdo things to get a little bit back? so that our exchange rate that was determined, that's bubbling down underneath, is off balance, right? We have to give 100 or 1,000 to feel like we deserve one back. And so that exchange rate throws off everything because the values are off. And so, as both of you individually are looking and reflecting back into your past, then you can understand where this comes from. Who was it? Parent, grandparent, teacher, coach, siblings, friends? Who was it that you had to overgive to deserve a little back? And you bring that bubbling up from the subconscious to your conscious, and it helps transform it to where it goes more 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 100, right? So it balances out with this process. And when we were talking about the Two of Cups here, this is what, again, more swords coming in here, um, with the Devil card, which the Devil card is about our Saturn energy that shakes, rattles, and rolls our beliefs and thoughts and makes them. That's what brings things from the subconscious into the conscious, is how they have this coming in. So the Eight of Swords is Marquita, that she is looking and understanding her thoughts, her beliefs, her mindsets that have made her feel small, restricted, and trapped before, that had impacted those former, experiences we talked about that didn't turn out too well. So she's going through this and she is cutting away old strings and old things. So it's just a little bit of, I feel like they're just, telling about a little bit of patience as they're going through that and doing that. And while you're waiting for this to unfold, really look at your own heart, look at your own self love, because you cannot love someone else more than to the extent you love yourself, or allow or receive love from others more than to the extent you love yourself. So, as that working out of that self love and that out of balance exchange rate expands and comes more into one on one, that brings you guys even closer together. So don't rush, but it's all happening on purpose, for a purpose. Definitely feelings there. It's not a waste of your time, because you do end up with the Full card, which is through the experience, whether you guys end up staying in a close relationship, it does allow you both to leave old cycles behind and allow new adventures. So definitely on purpose, for a purpose, and like you're not wasting your time, because it's divine. You've been brought into each other's path. Just look at what you see in the mirror of them and their actions and their reactions, and just turn it to you and go, how am I being that way to myself? If they're like, well, they feel kind of standoffish, how am I being standoffish to my true self? Allow the experience to unfold. And also, with all those swords, look at your expectations that you have around yourself in a relationship, others in a relationship, and what a relationship should be, supposed to be, must be. And allow freedom to, the Devil card is like the cage of our expectations that keeps us feeling trapped and restricted, and there's a lot of fears of losing conditional love and all these rules, and they're having you move those are the bars that keep us trapped, and it's releasing those to allow both of your hearts to be free and allow things to unfold. So that is what they have for you right now, Courtney. So I like it for you. It's very freeing. This Full card, the journey, the adventure, letting the old cycles go and head off into this new adventure. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. Amira, you are the next donation. So thank you so much. Advice for the week and moving house. All right. Let's see what Spirit has for you here, Amira. So for next week and moving house. I do want to that one there. All right. Let's see what these are here. Okay. All right. So you do have the Ace of Wands, which does represent activity, movement, fire type of energy. Also, just a little nudge to focus on what you do want in your life rather than, if we focus on what we fear or um, what we are missing in our life or what we don't want in our life that we feel is in our life, because that expands when we focus on it. But if we focus on what we're grateful for and what we do want and joy and peace and all those beautiful, then we expand that too. So there is power that comes in there. But there is activity, there is movement, there is choice of where you're investing your energy this coming week. And so you have two champions here, two knights, which are about movement. So obviously you are moving house. So there's some things that are going to move very, very fast here with the Knight of Wands. It's the fastest moving, knight, and here's that Ace of Wands. And so there is this movement, 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 and then you have the slowest knight as well, which is the Knight of Pentacles with the outside world. So you do have this kind of like speed up to slow down, speed up to slow down. Some things are moving very fast, some things are moving, uh, it'll feel like they're moving very slow. And I really, the message I'm getting is whichever is moving fast, go with it. Whatever's moving slow, trust the timing of things. So allow the energy to flow. Allow your instinct, your gut. Go with those instincts. Go with, like, if there's something that pops up, and it's like, I need to know now. Just do not fear. Just trust. Okay, this is what I want, and do it. If it's like in alignment with what you want, then it's a yes. If it's not what you want, then it's a no. You get to choose, and you get to have this power that comes in for you. Because they have the Seven of Cups, which can be like so many choices, so many emotions, so many things happening next week. But the Nine of Vessels is what is known as one of the wish fulfillment cards, emotional wish fulfillment. And that's why they're saying when there's choices to be made, choose the one that is the wish fulfillment. Because what are you waiting for to live? Otherwise, if you play it too safe, things disappear and the options become very small, and you're back to feeling like you're existing and feeling trapped. And where this choosing your wish fulfillment, letting your true wish inside, not fears, not supposed to's, not all the mind opinion stuff that we have been given, but what's your heart's desire? What would make your heart sing? It's time to live. And so this next week, as choices come up, if it's not a heck yeah, then it's a heck no. What you want. And if it's like, well, it'll be good enough, that means no, right? And so they're saying, really make decisions based on your wish. What makes your heart sing? Do that. And so there will be things that pop up that's like, heck yeah. And so you take action on them. Other things are like, well, that's not really what I want. Then that's where that Knight of Pentacles of the trust the timing, things will unfold. Say no to the things that are not an absolute yes. And if you're like, well, I'm not sure, that's a no, right? Because you will know if it's something you want or not. And if you're like, that's a no. So that's their message for you, Amira. So I'm excited. So powerful, exciting things coming next week. So I like that. And I do feel with that movement, the moving house, decisions will be made, and you're going to find, they're going to, I feel like it's not the first offer. Like if you're looking for a place, I feel like it's like not the first one, it's like, because it's not going to be like, heck yeah. It's going to be like, oh, well, what else is there? And they're like, oh, let us check into it. And then the next stuff that comes, you're like, ah, there we go. That's what I want. So I like it for you. So that's what they have. Many, many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. So we will. Let me just double check here. All right, very good. So we will start with the free reading. So Rishi, you're at the very top. So we'll start with you. And hey, so you'd like to know, why are you going through such a tough time in your life? Nothing at all seems to be working. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here. Okay. Okay. Yep. So we have the Six of Swords coming in here, and swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes. And what I'm hearing from Spirit is adjectives. Adjectives are the description words we put before things, like tough time. Tough is the adjective. Time just is, right? Things just are, but it's the adjective, the story, the mindset that we put to things that is what determines what energy we're putting around a situation. And, we're all taught all these opinions of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be in our lives, that when something happens, we're like, okay, well, especially when, we have all these expectations of this is how my job is supposed to go, supposed to. So a good indicator to find out if it's an expectation or not, if you hear words like coming out of your mouth or in your mind of this is supposed to, should be the way it happens. It has to happen this way. It must happen this way. Supposed to, should, need to, have to, need to is another one. When it becomes fear-based and not flowing, then we realize, oh, this is an opinion I was given, that this is what this is supposed to mean. So my job is supposed to look this way. My, interactions with people, so job, education, relationships of all kinds, our bodies, our bank accounts, the world, space, aliens, whatever we have all these beliefs that we've been fed all our lives. And we then have this power in each moment of what adjective I'm going to put to whatever's happening, or I just leave it as it is. It's a really cool kind of exercise to do, that if you write things down, like if you journal and go, this is what happened today, I had a bad day. This person was a jerk. Um, I didn't, just like those kind of, when you write everything out, when you redo it, and especially like this person was a jerk, when you just get rid of the a jerk, it's like this person was. They just were. But I'm the one that's defining what story I'm putting around that person. Or my like a tough day. I had a tough day. It's like I had a day. We get rid of tough. And when we step back and eliminate all the adjectives, it's almost like one of those redacted, you know, secret documents where we black out all the adjectives and we get a truer picture of what the day was, you know. Like I woke up late. No, I woke up. Okay, I woke up but I didn't wake up at the time that I was supposed to. Well, you woke up, period. We start looking at the definitions that we have, and we have a tough time in life when we put tough adjectives around things. But it all happens for us because it rattles our cages. The Six of Swords is about moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, from rough waters to calm waters. They all are just waters, but it's our viewpoint changes in it because our thoughts and beliefs about it change. And that's what is determining what description we're putting around things, what stories we're putting around things. And so when you change your description of what we think we're perceiving and seeing it from the higher standpoint, we start to see our choice that I get to choose every moment. Is it going to be an adjective or a story of the fears of losing conditional love, all those opinions I grew up with, or those that are rooted in unconditional love from a higher realm, knowing that everything happens for me, so I can keep it neutral, or I can put a positive spin or an opposing one, like coming out and having a flat tire on a vehicle. Well, we're taught that is I'm supposed to get upset and kick the tire and cuss maybe a little bit and be upset because now this tire wasn't supposed to be flat, and so I've had a bad morning. Well, we can also just say, okay, well, the tire just was flat, and I've replaced the tire, and now I'm on my way without any emotion, any attachment of a story. But we can also put the positive spin on it where we look at it and go, I'm grateful that for some reason this is happening for me. I actually have had people where my sister-in-law was actually one of them where her young children were fussing and wouldn't put on their shoes. And so she ended up leaving 5 minutes later than she felt she needed to get out the door to get somewhere on time. Well, she got into traffic on the freeway, and there was this horrible accident that she would have been involved in had she left on the time that she thought she was. And so the same thing we can do with flat tires, and this situation is I'm being delayed either from getting in a fatal accident or getting a speeding ticket. Maybe someone else gets it in front of me instead, or, even I'm delayed, so I walk into work or a store or something at a different time, and I'm gonna bump into someone I wouldn't have if I'd have been there. And so we have this entire way of transforming, how we look at things. I mean, the butterfly is all about transforming. We can see things differently. And then you actually have seeing things differently. Ace of vessels, ace of cups. We see love differently. We see situations in the outside world differently too. So we see a new perspective and we start seeing things completely different. So I like that you're saying it seems that nothing is working, but the seeming is the perceiving. And now we can change that and we can see the world transform on the outside. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. I know we went into detail with that, but I feel like that was for just more than just you and me. I feel like this could apply to any of us, right? So that's what we have. All right. So many, many blessings to you, Rishi. All right. Hey, VD, thank you so much for your donation. Very good. Very good. Everything is sorted now. Oh, good. So they did get that figured out for you. So thank you for your donation. And let me see here. I don't see a question up there. Do you have a question you'd like to ask for your donation? We will pull cards for that. So while we're waiting for that to be recorded there, we'll move on to the next free reading. So I make the most of our time for you guys. And so double, triple, quadruple X, you're up. And so what is coming in for you? Let's take a look here. So what? Okay. A little more clarity around that. All right. All right. So the first card that popped out here is the Proclaimer, which is the Hierophant. And The Hierophant really is about you getting into the nitty-gritty and the deep depths of what your capital T truths are. What is your true heart want to express itself in this world? How do you want to do it? Who do you want to be, truly want to be? Not all of our mindsets and thoughts and beliefs, you have the Keeper of Swords here, which is the Queen of Swords, which she is able to grasp the Ace of Swords, which helps her connect to the capital T truths of the real truths and cut away the small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. So, we have the Six of Vessels, the Six of Cups, which does have to do with cutting away some old thoughts and some old beliefs that were created when you were younger. But there's these truths coming in. There is this um, transformation of where you're focusing your mental energy. You know, um, this is also the Commitment card, and the Six of Cups can also be about someone coming back from your past. So there feels like there's this energy of someone maybe returning back into your life, either that you were committed to at one point or to offer a commitment to you. Um, we have the Eight of Wands that comes in here too, which is about a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of fire that does come with all of this as well. So, this it's like this individual that comes back from your past, just rattles, 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 and and it's bringing up uh, this reflection for you, because I feel like whatever happened with this individual in the past, there was some conflict, some fire of a lot of kind. I feel like there was passion, but I feel like there was also heated discussions and disagreements because of differing expectations and thoughts and beliefs. But you both have changed, and now with them returning, it's bringing up the stuff for you to really look at and go, you know what? I don't feel like I have to defend these things anymore because I don't believe them so strongly anymore. So it does change this interaction that you have with this individual as well. So I feel like it's coming up here. I'm hearing like Valentine's Day. So before Valentine's Day, between now and February 14th, is when this makes itself known to you. This person resurfaces into your life to have you really go, who am I and what do I really want? Because this is reminding me of what I didn't want. But there's also this change in who you are and who they are, which also kind of it just rattles your beliefs, because you're like, well, before I was like, absolutely not, but now they're not as bad as I remember, because you both have changed. So there's a little adventure coming this way for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. All right. Oh, well, thank you so much, Vidi. So thank you for a donation, just for the sake of a donation. I really appreciate that. So many, many blessings to you. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. Well, Dreams Days, thank you for your donation. Hello, hello. And do we see you getting married within the next 3 years? Yes or no? And any messages that come through? All right. So yes or no? So you have the Apprentice of Wands, which would be the Page of Wands, which would represent new passion in your life. So that would be a yes for me. So it's positive, it's energetic, it's definitely a yes energy for getting married within the next 3 years. And then any messages that come through, let's see what else they'd like you to have here. That actually, okay. All right. Yeah, very passionate. That's not the only passionate stuff that you have here. So, even though you're like, "1 card, yes or no?" I'm like, "Okay." And then what else do they want? And they're like, "Okay, well, you do have the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, fast moving, a lot of fiery energy. You have the Crown of Wands, which is the king over the wands, which is someone who really can super focus their passion and their energy. And you have the Four of Wands, which is the marriage card. So they're like, yeah, it's actually going to be coming in more sooner than later. So you're just like within the next 3 years. But they're like, yeah, it's going to be coming faster and furious. And I feel like it's going to be, with all this fire, I feel like there's going to be a fire sign of some sort that is involved here. If you're not a fire sign, then they would be a fire sign. While you're waiting, though, they do have the Eight of Vessels, which is the Eight of Cups. And they're basically saying that, this is leaving old emotions behind that no longer serve you. So, usually there's someone walking away from Eight Cups and they're headed towards the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So, what helps you on that path going that direction is really looking into the emotions from the past that um, have made you feel small, that have dimmed your light, that have kind of kept um, this your self love, that it made you think that you don't deserve love, and so it's kind of like psh, 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 it became smaller, because of those. But I really feel like while you're waiting, this is the time for you to really look into those. And yeah, because here's the Champion of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is in pursuit of higher truth that is rooted in unconditional love from above, that you get to see things, truthfully, instead of these, this, I call them the small t truths, which are all these opinions, all these supposed do's and shoulds, all these fears of losing conditional love, all that stuff we've been told of. Well, this is who you have to be lovable. And we're like, says who? As you connect to this love inward and upward, that's eternal, never ends, unconditional, nothing you can do to lose it. That becomes your foundation. And you find this fullness and this worthiness for love inside, which expands your self love. And that's what they have you, looking at while you're waiting for the fiery horse to make their appearance in your life. Yeah. And again, Wheel of Fortune. So just know that, whatever experiences we have in our life were always for us. That, we have this beautiful, um, you know, um, power of, within each moment, we get to choose what something means. We get to choose how we feel as we go through it, even though we're inundated when we're younger, with all of the supposed to, the opinions, again, the popular opinions. When this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. When this happens, this is how you're supposed to feel. And we're given so much of it in our life that we feel um, out of control with situations because we were so brainwashed and conditioned when we were younger about what everything is supposed to mean and how we're supposed to feel with it, that we're just afraid of what comes around the corner because we feel like we don't get to decide what it means or how we feel. It just has been predetermined, but it became our habit. We took on all those opinions as our own opinions and took on and made them our habit to feel a certain way and think a certain way. And then it became our reaction. But it's a habit, it's a choice. And we can, during this time, as you're looking at these old emotions, going, who says that that's what it was supposed to mean about me and that I had to feel that way? You know what? I'm going to choose to look at it differently. people's actions tell me about them, not about me. And so there is this transformation, that changes there. So that is what they have for you there, Dreams Days. So I like it. So there's just some beautiful release and inner you know freedom that comes through this process too. So I like it. You will feel so free and light after you look at those things. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Hey DC, so it's a good time just to let everyone know. So as I just now did, when individuals make a donation, I do step out of line of the free readings, complete those, and then once I'm done, I do step back into line. For the free readings, I do go in order, first come, first serve from the very top. So I won't be to your question in a while, DC. Um, so if you do want yours prioritized, a donation of any kind, I do step out to complete those. Otherwise, I appreciate your patience as I do move down the list. So that is the public service message for everyone. So thank you for bringing that up. All right, so we'll go back here and to the free readings, and we're to Mrs. Sweet Like Honey. You are up next. So you want to know the characteristics of your next partner. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Uh-oh. They got the you got the Hermit card. So, well, it is someone that enjoys their alone time. They are kind of introvertish a little bit. They enjoy their alone time. They can be alone, and they're not clingy, which is nice. But they can be alone too, and they've definitely done some inner work because they also have the Nine of Swords here, which the nine is the Hermit's number, and this means they've really looked into their fears. This is normally the nightmare and the insomnia card. So this means they've really looked into their fears, their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets that were bringing them to exhaustion in the past. And so they've done this great inner work here. And that's why they know, I feel like just this introvert energy, they know when they spend too much time out with a lot of people, they do need the recharging time. So they may not be a huge social person, but that's all right because then you can have alone time. They don't need to be out everywhere. Because they also know their power here with the Two of Wands. They know that wherever they focus their energy is what grows and expands. And when they focused on their fears in the past and what's missing in their life, and that darker, lower vibrational energy that expanded, and they're like, ugh, I don't want that. So they tend to focus, and they've learned to focus on what they're grateful for. So I feel like they have a positive attitude. They just like spending time alone, and that's why with that introversion, they get their energy from being alone or with one-on-one versus large groups. So that's what they want, a little peek into who they are for your next partner there, Sweet Like Honey. So many blessings to you. All right. Preeti, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Let me just take a quick swig here. And you'd like to know about your January love life. All right. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. All right. So you have a little bit of movement happening here with the Tower. The Tower is about people, or situations being moved out of your life for you to make space for you to move forward and to make space for someone to come in. We got the Six of Vessels here, the Six of Cups, which would talk about someone from your past resurfacing. But I feel like that's the individual that's being removed out of your life. I feel like this is the removal, because there's a lot of like you're literally a lot of baggage that came with it. But it's like, should I go? Should I allow them? It's like, no, allow that to be removed out because it does bring in new love, new freshness, fresh love in without that doesn't have all the baggage that comes in. So I love the message in a bottle coming in. So you will, in January, you'll have this kind of movement, this fresh start that comes in around love. And I feel like this is when you get the communication with that message in a bottle. I just feel like you get contact, you get to meet someone, and that starts this next journey. It's like there's a treasure map in that bottle that takes you on a new adventure. But it's really this allow um, those things of the past to get removed, allow these relationships that no longer serve, allow them to, you know, be removed and don't chase, don't um, try to keep them from leaving. Just allow those that are leaving, those situations that are leaving your life, know what's happening for you to, like I said, open the path for you to move forward and to make space in your life. So I like it, PT. So that is what they have for you. Many blessings. All right. So we will continue moving down the list. And so, Niha, you're the next free reading. And you'd like a general reading. And actually, I do want to pull here the Power of Surrender card for you. So let's see what they have for you, Nia. You have Surrender to Success. I like it. And it says, you are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So definitely it's move forward, move forward, move forward. You do have new possibilities that are going to be making themselves known. And I feel like the energy feels like within the next 2 weeks. So there's like it's these new possibilities, these new things opening up. And yeah, don't look backward, don't reflect on, they had that mirror, don't reflect back on going, well, this is how it always works, or this is how it's supposed to work. Allow it to be wide open and allow the universe and the creator to bring it in a unique way. So I do like that for you. So some new exciting things coming your way, and uh, just allow it to be what it to come in that unique way. So that is what they have. So easy breezy, right? All right. So Samia Rao, you are up next. Hello. And you'd like a reading on your career performance for this week. No need to apologize. We have our desires that we're trying to find out, about things. And it does tell us, what we ask for in readings. It does tell us where our concerns lie and maybe where our fears lie too. Um, so you never have to apologize. You have the Keeper of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. So definitely abundance, new birth coming in. The Crown of Wands, which is the King of Wands. So really this ability, it's like entrepreneur energy where someone can really focus that energy, make have movement. It's two very positive cards coming in, and the Eight of Wands is a great card too because this is fast energy, a lot of activity, a lot of production too. So when we're looking at career performance, these are three great cards that this next week you're really going to see a increase. But there's this power, you feel empowered. And this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. So as you're investing in exerting so much energy, make sure you take care of yourself too. Drink plenty of water, get rest, don't stress, just allow your energy to be super focused, because this definitely is productive, positive, successful energy. So I like that for you, Samya. So enjoy the beautiful week of success. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. We have Himakshi. You are up next. Will you be successful in the future if you choose a medical career? All right. We'll see. So is it will you be successful? And I also want to just ask, is it for your highest experience? All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, will you be successful? You have the Chariot card, which is victory, movement. Your power of choosing is in that too. And the moon is like the moon cycles. There is this, within the timing, it will be successful. Like, of course, with medical, it takes time, right? You have to go through all the education and usually, do your internship and blah blah blah. So you definitely will be successful throughout the all the phases of it. But the real big success that we look for comes, once you get through all the requirements and all the hoops you have to jump through. So I do like that. And is this for your highest? Yeah. So they do have here, you have the full card, which is this new adventure, the Ace of Cups, which is, new passion, new love, um, like I said, new emotion. And the Four of Swords is peace of mind. So, all of this tells you that this is for your highest experience to going through this process, because it is a new adventure, very full of emotion. And, you have peace of mind as you go through it. You just let go of the expectations, the fears of losing conditional love, the fears of failure. If this truly in your heart is like what makes your heart sing, then definitely go for that. The full card in the Ace of Cups can also say, but if it isn't what makes your heart sing, if it's just bringing you peace of mind because it's checking off things in your head, then you'll be successful at it. But if there's something else in your heart that would make your heart sing, is your heart involved in this decision? Is kind of what I feel is coming up with that Ace of Cups and that full card too. So the combination is like, yeah, this you will do fine with it. It's not a wrong choice, but will you wake up every day excited about living this dream? Is this the dream you want to live, or is this someone else's dream that they gave you? So in your heart whether it is one or the other, because spirit is like, yeah, you can go through all that and you'll be living a dream, but if it's not your dream, eventually you'll wake up going, all right, let's go, instead of like waking up excited to go to live that. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Yavi, you are the next free reading, and you want advice on academics for tomorrow. All right, so let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Wow, okay. I like it for you. You've got the 10 of Vessels, which is the 10 of Cups, which is like emotional overflow and fulfillment coming in. And you got the 9 of Coins, which is, this very solid foundation of your worth within yourself. So with these combined together, it feels like it's very successful. It feels like it's very overflowing. Just choosing what you are wanting, though. Um, So if you're like, I don't know what I want to do next or something like this, it really comes into the nine of coins being you choose something that would make you happy, something that will make you feel fulfilled, not so much what will make other people feel fulfilled, not fears of letting other people down or whatever. It's like, what do I want to do? Is this what I want? Then I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to head this direction. Because you do have the 5 of Wands and the Keeper of Wands. Keeper of Wands is the Queen of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is a change of energy, something that might start off feeling like um, have some fear based in it, some conflict energy, but it transforms into something that is more feeling like for you, that people have support for you. So it transforms from like fear to love, friendliness type of energy tomorrow. And with the Keeper, the Queen of Wands, this is you standing in your power, knowing that wherever you focus your energy with your Ace of Wands, that it grows and expands. And so I feel like there's this, um, I don't say anxiousness, and it's not really anxiety, but it's anxious about choices. It's about results. It's about moving. Um, what's next? What do I want to do? What are the next steps? Da, 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 da. Just a lot of uncertainty, but it's really going down to this Queen of Wands. She steps into herself and goes, I know what I want. I know where I want to invest my energy. And it with that 9 of Pentacles, it's really in that 10 of Cups too. What makes you happy? What do you want to do? If we fear like letting people down, then it's like, well, maybe this is their dream that they've given me, and it's not what I want to do. Because if it's something we want to do, I mean, like doing this is like a dream of mine. And so when I take steps towards this and doing and providing messages, I don't fear, and I don't fear failure because I'm like, I'm enjoying it going along. I know when I start to get pulled into, do I have enough likes? Do I have enough subscribers? Blah, 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 blah. I've moved into what I think other people will think of what I'm supposed to do, should do, need to do. What is it supposed to look like? Blah, blah, blah. And that just takes the wind out of our sails. And I know I can feel the energy switch when the fears start to go in. I get drawn out there and out of my heart. And it's like, okay, come back to my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Cause it's what I love to do. And so it's like, well, then none of that matters. And I'm like, it doesn't, and then I come back to my heart. So I feel like that's kind of the message that they have for you as well, Yavi. So come back to your why. Why are you wanting to do everything that you're doing? And return to that excitement of your adventure. So I like it. So that's what they have. Many blessings for you. All right. And I do have, hey, Crow's Nest, thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. So, what are Brandon's next actions towards you in love? All right, let me take a sip here. All right. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Brandon. What are his next actions towards you in love? All right. Wow. What is going on? I think this is what we had before with him. If not, it just feels familiar. 2 of Swords. Oh, standing in the middle, Mr. Indecisive, right? So it's going back and forth between the mind and the heart, the mind and the heart. We do have the chalice of not chalice, the champion of wands, which is the Knight of Wands. So there's passion, there's action. On one hand, they're like, I feel it's their heart. They're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to do this. And the mind is going, whoa, slow down, which is what they have going on here, which they are, with the devil card, which is the shadow card. The Nine of Vessels, wish fulfillment, and the Five of Wands has to do with their fears. So they, on one side, their heart is like wanting to go, 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 go. But this is all about the mind and the thoughts and the beliefs and all of that that are tied to what does wish fulfillment look like? And they have fears around failing and fears around what it is. What is it that I really do want? If I it's like this energy here of I feel like the next step they make, they're like they feel like there's no turning back. If I either have to go all in or go home, and I feel like they're at that point of, okay, I'm making sure in my mind that this is exactly what I want. Do I have everything to make it successful? Because they have like the fear of failure very strong in their life. So I feel like maybe they grew up in an environment where it was very perfectionist oriented, all or nothing. They had to do extreme things to get attention from their parents, and that thing. Don't hate you. No, I would never hate you. Um, this is your desire. This is great. So yeah, don't worry about. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to provide messages. So I don't judge them at all. Um, but yeah, it definitely is this all or nothing that they experienced with. They had to do extreme things to get recognized, and so that's been their job, their school, their relationships, their friendships, their body, their possessions, everything. They have this huge list of like, has to be this way, and so that's what they're trying to work out is the risk, am I going to be able to do it? Because I feel like they will. In the past, they wouldn't make these jumps forward into things unless they knew that it was a very high probability they would have success. So their heart is all like, I love her, I love her, I love her, I want to be with her, let's go, let's go, let's go. And their mind's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like someone with a huge, what are those big Marmaduke dogs? And they're like, come on, they're trying to hold them back because they're like, I want her, I want her. And so there is this, that's what's going on with them right now. So I feel like, let me see if there's any time frames in that at all. Is it sooner or later or anything on timing? Will you let me know anything? Well, yeah. So they're not telling me. Nine of Wands is, there's the energetic block that's keeping them from moving forward. But we got the higher self here saying it's all unfolding perfect timing. Yay, yay, yay. So it's just a matter of, um, while we're waiting, what do we get to do? The more we work on our self-love while we're in the waiting process, the faster the wheel starts to turn and the things start to go. Because when there's a pause, it's usually happening for both of us in our relationships in our life, right? Because um, we can expand our self-love. So when they're able to make that leap and make that jump, we'll be able to give them love more and receive love more because we cannot give love more greater than the extent that we love ourselves or receive love from others greater than the extent we love ourselves. So the more we expand our love, the more love we can share and receive as well. So I know, right? There we go. Yeah, I know. Blah, 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 right? So, but that's what they have. So they're still in that little crossroads. I feel like it's getting further and further and further, um, toward it. But, while we're waiting, we'll put the focus on here and expand it. And that just makes the time go by faster as well. So I like it, Crosus. Again, thank you so much for your donation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Sure, Dreams Days, you guys can ask as many questions as you want. And like I said, for free readings, I do go down in order. And if you want your reading prioritized, I do honor donations as an energy exchange, and I do step out from the free ones to complete those and then go back in. So that is how it works, at least in this present day. You're very welcome. All right. So, Christy O'Connor, you are up next for the next free reading, and you'd like an angel message. Absolutely. Nice to see you again, too, Christy. Angel message. I feel like this nature spirit oracle want to speak. So let's take a look. And we're at the top of the first hour. I am on for 2 hours, so I'll be on for another hour as well. So you got the Spirit Keeper of the South. That was my attempt at a Southern accent. All right, let's see what that brings in here for you. Wow. So abundance and prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures because your energy will be at a maximum. Your native spirit wants you to know that in the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. And in the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. So, this is your time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life. So, open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. If you live in the southern hemisphere and you draw this card, then we'd read the Spirit Keeper of the North instead, for the meanings are reversed. So, Christy, are you in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere? I feel like you're living in the northern hemisphere, but if you're in the south, let me know. The journey, if you do choose to, if this resonates, it says stand facing south during the midday. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe. So, in a very abundant time coming in here. So, open. Okay, good. So, open your arms to receive this great bounty from the universe. A wonderful time. So creating things, doing things, stepping forward. Energy is very supportive in you having growth and expanding things. So it's a perfect time for that to unfold. So there we go. You are in the north. There you go. So we are good. All right. So that's what they have, Christy. Many, many blessings to you. Thanks for being here. All right. So Dreams Days, thank you for your second donation. And you said, what is your ex FA's thoughts and feelings about you? Do they keep an eye on you? If yes, what for? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. Oh, and it looks like I do have another donation that just came in PayPal. All right. So we will go to you next after this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So what are your ex's thoughts and feelings about you, Dreams Days? Let's see what they, FA, that ex. Okay. Okay, should they keep an eye on you at all? Okay. So their current thoughts and feelings around you, they actually with this 8 of coins, this is movement in the outside world, and 10 of coins is about feeling full and abundant. So really, with this, the revealer here, which is the high priestess, is like they stepped back. They really did some work after you guys ended your relationship. So they turned inward and looked behind the veil and looked at their emotions and things like that. We've got this. They moved on in their life. They moved in their physical world, and they feel full, like they have a full life right now. So I don't feel like they're so focused on really anyone else but themselves. With these cards coming in here, that it's reflective upon them. It's that, especially the movement card in the outside world, I feel like they moved on, and I don't feel like there's someone that they looked inward, found out what was going on inside them, and then they just kept moving. So I don't feel um like they uh, you know, right? You're like, "That's good." Yeah. Psh. Because do they keep an eye on you? I don't again, I don't I feel like they do, because the Chariot card is all about movement and movement forward, and the Crown of Wands is the King of Wands, which is about an entrepreneur and even, I'm gonna say, self-absorbed. It's not the normal, but that's the energy I'm feeling, is that they're all about them and they're at their peace of mind. So I don't feel like they're keeping an eye on you. I just feel like um were they're okay. They're just like, all right, I move on forward. Here we go. So I feel like they do some introspection, but I kind of feel like they more move forward, 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 and they don't spend a whole lot of time um, focusing on the past so much. It feels very kind of that with that King of Wands. If they are a fire sign or have a lot of fire in their chart, they're like a forest fire. They move forward. They can't go back because there's no fuel for the fire to move backwards. The fire always continues to move forward, if that makes sense. So that's what I feel they have going on there. So that's what they have for you. So again, thank you so much for your second donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that there. All right. So many blessings. All right. And all right. And Patty. Okay, so this is you, Patty. I was like, sometimes the name on the PayPal doesn't match the names on YouTube. So all right. So you're looking for career progression, and thank you for your donation. Greatly appreciate it. And let's see what we've got here. So, what about career and finances? What does Spirit want you to know? You're very welcome, Dreams Days. Thank you as well. All right. So, Patty, let's take a look here. Okay, and what else? So I'm not surprised that we get the 5 of coins coming up here, because the 5 of coins does have to do with, of course, finances and money. It's all the coins, right? Well, the 5 of coins is a transformational card. It's like it transforms and changes us from a feeling of lack, from a feeling of being abandoned, left out in the cold, or left behind by humans. And it has us change our perception about where our sustenance comes from. Because when we believe that it comes from humans, it freaks us out, because humans are fickle in our human characters anyway. Because when we go into fear, what do? We step back and go into survival mode, and we'll pull back support from other people. So if someone that we're looking to in the outside world, we're like, well, I get my sustenance from you, whether it's a job or a partner or some sort of, entity in the human world. We're like, any moment I can do something that I go out of favor or they freak out and something happens and I'm left out. I am left behind. I am in lacking, right? And so when we have that, that's why we have a lot of fears and concerns around our finances and around, how things will happen. And I love this 5 coming in here. I call this my poster child card because a lot of my astrology has to do with the second house, which is the house of worth and possessions. And so the lack, this has been a huge piece of my journey in this lifetime. And so it's near and dear to my heart. But it is this transformation that happens when we realize that it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, but it is the creator, it is source, it is mother and father of all things, whatever you believe the higher power is, which is a good thing because we discover one, we know that they have endless resources, so they'll never run out, but also their love for us is not fickle and conditional like the outside world. We turn inward and upward and we discover that, our it's an eternal love, which means it never ends. It's unconditional, not one condition. We can never lose it. And that's a solid foundation. And we know and we can trust. We build this trust that in each moment, we'll always have what we need. Maybe not what our ego and our human wants, or like days and days and months and years of all the needs in this moment. So we feel safe because we feel like we have all our needs met. It's this building and this change of trust that we can trust every single second we will have everything we need, from them, from the upper realm. And things happen. I mean, especially these last couple of years when I left corporate life and sold my vehicle and moved in with a friend, and then being able to end up here where I'm at now with this wonderful host friend of mine. I would never have imagined that someone would invite me to live in their basement for free so that I could do readings and spread love to the world. They're like, that's my gift to you, and I want to give that to you. And I'm like, what? I would never have thought, that that would be a possibility when I was looking at where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Where am I going to have income? What's going to happen? And, when you have all these other bills, it's like, what? But then the creator, even though the gifts can come through humans, which are the shipping company, but where it's coming from is up above. And even like when I have a website and I'm like, "All right, so my biannual renewal is coming up, so I need this certain amount of money." And I'm like, "Well, do I keep it or don't I?" The very next day, I get a reading for the exact amount to cover it, and I'm like, "Okay, that would be a yes." So a beautiful, beautiful, um, energies that come in and that trust that we build with trusting the creator. And they love us so much that they're not always just going to go like, this is what you need. Here's your quarter for today. They love us so much. They always want to shower us with above and beyond anyway. But I love that coming in because, along with, yeah, right. So, and here we go. Right. So we've got this, the 6 of cups, which is about the past, and we've got the keeper of wands, which is the queen of wands. And so there's this, I feel like there's something that's going to be coming up from the past, either an old job or an old contact, someone, something from the past is going to be coming into your life in the very near future. And the queen of wands is like you standing in your power, knowing that wherever you focus your energy is what grows and expands. She also has a very high intuition and a connection to spirit, like we talked about. So there is this building and trusting that inner voice and that inner gut. But also what she does with that ace of wands, whatever we focus on is what grows. So when we focus on like what's missing in our life or what we fear or what's in our life that we don't want, we're so powerful. We expand and grow that. When we transform it and we put our energy into what we're grateful for, what we do want, focusing on love and joy and laughter and peace, that expands and this contracts because we're not feeding it anymore. But I do feel like whether this is someone from your past that, you bump into, they're asked what's going on, and you're like, "Well, I'm on a little sabbatical from working, but I'm ready." And they're like, "Oh, our job is, this place I'm working at is hiring," or it's an old company that contacts you back, or if you feel like your gut going, "You know what? I really loved working for this place. I'm gonna see if they're hiring." And you contact them, they're like, just about to. But you know what? Um, Here, give me your resume with your updated information. Something like that is going to resurface here for you because you definitely have a lot of spirit coming in here, because here's the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you into this place, calling you into something that is like your heart's desire, how you uniquely want to share your love with the world and your passion with the world. And so, definitely with that, the five of coins is about developing a trusting relationship with the higher world today. And you got this the Queen of Wands about connecting to the higher realm. You got this connecting to the higher realm. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are unfolding and changing. And so you're about to see this just kick in, kick in. Oh, so you already received an offer. Yeah. So definitely the Wheel of Fortune is changing for you right now. And so everything's going to fall into place. Everything is just aligning perfectly for you there. So I like that. So it's beautiful. You can trust that the Wheel of Fortune tells us that our life is full of fated events, that our higher self chose to experience life through this character that we are, and that with all the stuff unfolding, we still have the power to choose within each moment. Is it a going to be a story I apply of, things are happening to me and it's rooted in the fears of losing conditional love and fears of the human? Or is it of unconditional love up above? Is the emotion I'm going to feel, you know, fear or love, the story, fear or love? And so there's a great amount of power that comes in here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful experience, and I love trusting that everything's going to unfold perfectly, and I get to choose what I'm going to feel in each moment, and it's just freeing for you. And I feel like this is like the journey that you've been on to help you with that. So I like that for you, Patty. So yeah, great things are coming. So, yeah, career progression, finances, anything that come through for you, I just feel like it's just everything is turning out because it really has activated this relationship with the creator and the trust with the higher source, right? And it's just going to expand and expand, trusting that every moment you have exactly what you need, and it takes all the fear and the pressure off. And the more we're grateful for and the more we're thankful for too, the more that expands and the more we have to be grateful for. I talk about a little bit on the channel sometimes about a gratitude journal. And I was nudged by spirit and I was like, okay, for 30 days I'll write something every single day what I'm grateful for, and I don't want to repeat anything. And so by the end of the 30 days, I was like blown away by the energy change in my life. And so I continue to do it. I'm like, well, I'm just going to continue to do it till I get bored with it. I ended up doing it for almost 5 months, not repeating anything that I was grateful for. One, it shows you how much we have to be grateful for, but it also showed me that the more I was grateful and the more I focused on it, the more things to be grateful for that came into my life, which gave me more to be grateful for. And so it just expanded that. So I love it. So that's what they have for you, Patty. So congratulations. I'm glad you received an offer. And here we go. The Wheel of Fortune is a changing for you. So many, many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. So we'll return to the free readings. We left off on Mars. And so what was the meaning behind the dream you had about him? Lovely hair and was also playful but affectionate. Like Fabio, is that was he the one that had the long hair in the romantic novels, I think, or whatever? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, your first two cards that came out here are the Two of Vessels, love, 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 and marriage, which is also solid energy. But I feel like the meaning behind your dreaming is it's spirit, it's your spiritual posse in your mind, your heart, all working out these emotions that you are having around it. It's like they're playing scenarios. I don't know why they're giving me war games with Matthew Broderick, though really really old movie. Shall we play a game? And it's a scenario of nuclear warfare, but it's like this. It's like your mind is playing through the scenarios. What would it be like? Let's see what it feels like. Does it feel all right? What is it like? I don't know. Let's see. Because you do have the champion of vessels, which is, for me, it's like the romantic, because it's the knight offering the love on the horse. And so, in this kind of scenario, Five of Wands starts off, it is a lot of passionate energy. So there's like all this romantic energy, and you're wanting to see, what was that like? What would it be like? What do I perceive it to be? And it's like your heart getting used to the idea, transforming some anxious emotions to loving emotions, allowing it to settle in. So I see that there, because you have the Seven of Swords too, which the Seven of Swords is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets around. These are the fears of losing conditional love that would steal opportunities, steal love in the past. So it's working through these fears. It's working through these things. I love the butterfly, removing some of the fears, flutter, 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 going away, to bring you this Four of Coins, the Four Pentacles. So you have this feeling of stability in the outside world, because you've got the two fours coming in, which is about stable energy, because fours are like a huge table with four big um, legs on it. It's about stability. So I feel like that's what's going on here, is they're wanting you to, it's like your mind and your heart is just getting used to the idea of being with them, and what would it be like, and to put some of the fears aside. It's like the way that it's processing it. So that's what they have for you, Mars. So many blessings. Enjoy the unfolding. Very good. I'm so glad, Patty. Yeah, let me know how that goes. I'm excited for you. All right. So, Kayla B, you are up next. Let's check my email. Okay, good. And will Dante beat his case? All right. Let's take a look here, Kayla, and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Just get a little more clarity. I feel like I know where it's going, but I like to get a okay. Because we do have the champion of vessels, which is the Knight of Cups, which is about emotional movement. So there is movement coming in. The moon, emotion. So there's a lot of emotional movement and change and things that are coming. And it's whatever decision is coming here is coming fast with the Eight of Wands. So the waiting, I feel, will be over. It's been, I feel like with the moon too, it's been a cycle that's happening. So a decision is coming fast. And I like that these came out together because the Four of Swords is peace of mind. So I feel like that it would be a yes. So it puts their mind at ease. And the Three of Coins is about like staying true to their authentic selves. So I feel with this combination, it is a good energy around it. They're able to stay themselves, not have to become someone else, and they're have peace of mind that comes in through it all too, in that they don't have to fear trying to be someone who, you know, the Three of Pentacles is like, stay true to you because we are drawn off and feeling we're going to be punished if we didn't meet up to someone's expectations, or we'll lose praise from someone else. It was like staying true to them, and they have peace of mind about it. And so I feel like that combination of everything is a yes, and that the answer is coming quick here with that eight of Wands coming in. So that's what they have for you, Kayla. And we're half an hour away to the end of this session. So I like to thank, all my new subscribers. I noticed in passing, I have a lot of new subscribers. And so how this works, I usually stay in for about 2 hours. And for the free readings, I do go in order, first come, first serve. But when there's a donation made, I do step out and honor that energy exchange, complete those, and then go back in order and go down. I will be back on here at 7 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. And then I started taking off Mondays and Tuesdays starting last week to try to balance. I know it's rough for me, but I'm going to try to balance. But I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. I do put out a ton of free content. So if I'm unable to get down to you and you're, of course, not able to make a donation, totally understand. We're not all able to do that. But I do put out a lot of other free content with pick a card readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, solstice equinox readings. So a lot of free content. And so if I'm unable to get down, if you follow your heart and if you go to my playlists, just by clicking on the Wed-Sun Mystic Tarot, then that will take you over there, and you can just choose the playlist that your heart is guiding you to, and Spirit will have messages there for you too. I'll post some other things here toward the end because I do have a bi-weekly drawing to give away some free readings. And I also offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. All that information's down in the description box of the video too. So those are some options. So I will shut up and get back to doing readings. That's been your public service message here. So Monica Sioni, you are up next. All right. And you'd like a general reading, and I am going to pull from the Path of the Soul Destiny. These are the spiritual ink blot tests. So whatever you see in the picture is a special message for you. And then I'll read the little description from the book too. Oh, wow. Look at this beautiful card. Card number 43. And let's see what comes in here for you, Monica. That's called Universal Connection. Says the guidance you're now receiving is truly universal. So take time daily to connect with your guides and angels. They wish to connect with you as much as you wish to connect with them, if not more. They are working very closely with you and you're being encouraged to journal at this time. This is a great story that you are writing. It is your personal story and it is unique to you and only you. Write poetry to express the emotions that you're feeling. Write down your dreams and synchronistic events that occur. This card calls for putting your connection and experience with spirit into writing. So I like that. Definitely journaling it and putting it to writing helps reflecting too. I know that's some of the biggest um ahas I get is when I would look back over my journals and I would see patterns and I would even when I'm writing some of my books where I talk about my experiences with spirit, you forget until they bring it back. And I'm like, oh my God, you've had a lot of synchronistic events that you don't realize you have until you go back and look at them. So I really like that for you, Monica. So that is what they have. Many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, dreams. Sorry, last question. You're funny, dreams days. uh, so thank you for your additional donation. An additional question. I want to know, is MP getting divorced? Is she happy in the connection or just settling for it? Okay, let's take a look here. Tell us about MP here. Oh, none of those. Okay. All right. Let's see what these are here. Well, it seems like they are in a kind of a pause because we've got this here. This six of I'm sorry, this is the nine of wands. Let me do it this way. Um, there's this block. There's this energetic block that's there, and so I feel like they're bumping up against this block in their life, especially with the hanged man, which is kind of like usually there's someone hanging upside down from a tree, which is like a cocoon. They're kind of just in this holding place, this pause that's happening in their marriage right now. So it's like they're at this place that it just feels like they are, you know, hitting this wall, and it looks like they are doing some work, it seems, because they have the star here, which is the wish fulfillment card. It's like, what are my wishes? What wish am I really wanting? And even they have the star here with the eight of coins, which is doing the work and then things progress. And so I feel like that they're not necessarily I don't feel like a divorce is here. I feel like they are doing the work. They're trying to understand what it is they want, and they're doing steps trying to move forward within the relationship. So I feel like that's what's coming in with those. And with the Sun card here, I do show that they are making positive movement past some. The Five of Cups is about the spilt cups, which are disappointments and stagnancy, and but the Two of Cups here is about their romance and their connection. So I really feel like with these that they are trying to understand what their wishes are, what they're wanting to do, and making they will be making movement. I feel like right now, this is their main energy of they just feel like they're stuck and feel like they've been hitting their heads against the same wall over and over and over again and not able to move forward with that. So it's like, okay, that's uh the I don't know, the fire that because that wand, it's like that's the fire they want to move through it, but they've been having like they feel blocks, but they are doing the work and they will make forward progress and they will have victory around it. So I feel like um, definitely they have this ability to go forward um, in that. So not divorcing, happy, stagnant, maybe, um, settling for it. I feel like they're in a way now they're less like, okay, I don't feel like they're settling for it. I feel like they're at this place of we've hit our heads against it. We need to do work or we need to get out. And I feel like they're going to be doing the work. So that's what they have. So thank you for your question there. I don't have a Cash App. I If you look up at the pinned comment, I have Venmo and PayPal as options. So those are the ones in addition to the I was gonna say Snapchat, the super chat is what it's called. So those are the what I currently have available there. So I'll have to look and expand, but that's all I have available at this moment. All right. You are very welcome, Dreams Daves. All right. So back to the free readings here. So we left off on Fifi and what good is coming for you this year? Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know? What good thing here? Well, you do have the Four of Swords coming in, which is a peace of mind card. So I really feel like in this area, okay, yeah, and it is about emotions. So you're able to leave behind some emotions this year that no longer fulfills you. It's like I feel like it's a friendship or friendships, maybe even relationships that are you're leaving behind because it's done what it needed to do. It's given you what you needed to do. But with you cutting away some expectations and thoughts and beliefs and some fears that you had in your life around friendships and relationships, you're just ready for this transformation. You're ready to cut away some things that no longer serve to move forward. So I do like that for you because I feel like you are a stubborn individual like all the human race is, but you don't give up on people. Um, but un- but how that becomes unhealthy for us is that we won't let things go that we need to. It's like that parakeet died a year ago. You don't need to keep it in the cage anymore. You get to go let it go. It's not going to revive, and it's like it's time. It's time to bury the parakeet. I don't know why they gave me that, but that's what they have. I forget it. It was some movie. Maybe it was like one of the old Pink Panther movies or something, where someone kept the bird was propped up in the cage, although it had died a long time ago. But that's like it's time to let it go. All right. So that's what they have for you, Fifi. Many blessings for you. All right, Love, you are up next. What will be the impact of R and his family members when you shout it at them? Oh, okay. So what is going to unfold here after the shouting? Okay. So we do have the moon card here, which the moon card is about like the phases of the moon. So there is going to be some fire. I kind of feel like there's going to be some um, you know, fiery conversations that come from this. But a lot of people are pushing things down underneath, and the cycles of the moon happen, with the new moon to the full moon to the. So there's going to be some cycles that happen here where people are going to inflame and then bury it, and then inflame and then bury it, coming forward. But there it feels like there is going to be some action, some fiery darts that are fired back. But I mean, we have the strength card here. The impact, and I feel like the impact on R is they realize here this is their higher self and their human self. And they're realizing just so much from a different perspective, just how everyone, all these fears, all this, you know, trying to find fulfillment in the outside world, especially with our trying to please all the people all the time. I feel like they're just being very, very disappointed in their expectations of themselves and others, which brings them to a point where they're really turning inward and upward to see things from a different perspective. They're really feeling a lot of, like I said, that when we get disappointed enough in the outside world is when we turn inward and upward to find what we're truly searching for, which is the connection for our higher selves. And they realize when they step back that whenever there's any kind of, like, every moment is either of unconditional love, which we get when we connect to up above, or fear of losing conditional love. And when we go into fear, we go into fight or flight. That shouting was fear being expressed. Other people, if they shout and what they do, it's going to be because they feel that they're in fear. And so there's either going to be, that's what the cycles of the moon, there's going to be expressions of fear in response, more not response, but reaction to your fear expressed. And then they will express fear. And if we get on the defense and our fear is ignited because of their expressions of fear, more fear, battle, battle, kaboom, right? But if we step into our unconditional love and go, okay, I felt I needed to shout, I needed to express my fear, but what was I fearing? And the more we look at our fears, the more our looks at their fears, the more the family members look at their fears, then that's where freedom comes and peace comes. Otherwise, it's just going to be battle, battle, war, war, and nothing. I was going to say nothing ever good comes from war, but our awareness of our fears is what comes from battles and from war. And then freedom comes after that in multiple ways. Freedom from relationships because we no longer have them, but freedom from our thoughts and our beliefs and our fears is what comes into. So that's what they have for you right now, love. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. All right. So we are to Anjali the Virgo. So what is happening in Satish's life? His reaction to your email? Is he planning anything for you? All right, spirit message. Let's take a look here and see what does spirit want you to know around Satish in this email and any I will say repercussions, but I feel more results. So let's take a look here. Well, we have the crown of coins, the King of Pentacles. So I feel like there's going to be some benefit that comes from this. But I feel like there, with the Two of Coins, the Two of Pentacles, there has, like, this balance has to come in first, because I think it kind of threw him for a little loop. The Seven of Vessels is the Seven of Cups, which is, can be emotional confusion, a lot of emotions, just it spawned things, and I feel like it will end up bringing some positive results, but it's going to take time for them to balance out and kind of get their feet underneath them, because it feels like um, I don't know why it feels like that took them off guard, and maybe they're just not. I feel like you think like, well, it was really obvious. Why didn't you see that you were going to be getting an email and this is going to be the communication from me? But it's like they're I don't know, they're not stupid. They just were oblivious in some things that they don't get subtle. They don't pick up on subtle. They really need things. But then when it came, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And so now they're processing and figuring things out. So I don't feel like there's planning yet. I still feel like they're balancing things. But with that King of Pentacles, there will be benefit that will come from that too. Yeah, and you got the Page of Cups, which is new love and new emotion. So I feel like there will be movement and expression of emotion. They just have to get it their head around it first. So that's what they have for you, Anjali. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Mira, you're up next. Any blessings coming to you soon? Let's take a look. Oh, a lot of blessings, but we're not going to go into half of the deck there. All right. Well, this is good, though. So, you do have blessings coming here. You have the Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. So, new opportunity, definitely new blessings, new abundance will be coming into your life here. Um, the soon really depends on the Two of Wands here, because the Two of Wands shows you your power. Wherever you invest your power is what expands. We always have two choices in each moment. It's like the old Native American story about we have two wolves that are battling inside of us, one of darkness and fear, and lack, and the lower vibrational, and the white wolf, that of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, the higher vibrational stuff. And they're always battling. And of course, the grandchild asks the grandfather, well, who wins? And it's whichever one we feed. And so when we focus on what we're missing or what we're fearing or what we have in our life we don't want, that grows. But, like we said with the blessings, when you focus on what you're grateful for right now, right here, right now, in this moment, what you focus on your energy and what you do want to have come into your life, and joy and peace, those higher vibrational energies, that expands. So you definitely have some coin coming, some whatever abundance feels like in the outside world from you is coming, and it'll come faster and faster. The more gratitude, the more energy that we expand, we magnetize ourselves to draw that to us. It's not so much a reward of, okay, good little children, you're doing what I want you to do, so I'm rewarding you. It's how the energy works on the planet. When I magnetize myself with gratitude, I draw things to be grateful for to me. When I focus on what's missing, I'm like, I want to miss more things. More things are taken out of my life. And it's like, whoa. So there is this power coming in for you. And maybe that's the blessing, is that you realize the power you hold around that. But definitely a blessing coming in the outside world. So I like that for you. All right. So the next free reading is Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. So what do you need to learn so you can get into your gifts to understand which ones you have? All right. What a great question. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you, Rhonda. All right. So you have the Six of Swords, which swords are our own thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. And you are in the process of this transformation of letting old thoughts and fears go, those fears of losing conditional love, the things that have made us feel small, made us feel like a caterpillar, right? But you're going through this transformation. You're connecting more and more to the unconditional love. You're letting go of the limitations, these limiting beliefs about, what we were taught as, all us human children were taught about limitations and, oh, no, don't think about those things. And, we're almost convinced by humans that the spiritual world needs to fit into this little box. That's why organized spirituality, they're like, okay, this is how you have to believe, it fits in here. But then all this other stuff that we shut it down and stuff it down. And I feel like this is the transformation that's happening, because you also have the Six of Cups, which is about past memories, old emotions that you are transforming. So what you are learning here is to these limiting beliefs, these limiting feelings, that you've had in the past, or what you were releasing and you're having this movement. Sixes are good. You think of like three on each side. It has this wonderful flow. So things are flowing. The two sixes together show that you're on the perfect path. You're making progress. You're expanding things, and you do have the crown of vessels, which would be the King of Pentacles, which shows that you do have this success in it. Just keep going. You're doing the things you need to do right now, which is transforming from limiting thoughts and beliefs and feelings of the lack and the stuff that we've had in the past. It's like they're showing me a giant hot air balloon, and all the bags, all these sandbags that were given that keep us from dreaming, keeping us from connecting. You're just cutting them like very fast. You're just like so you're making very fast progress, and the balloon is rising, rising, rising. Just keep questioning those thoughts and those beliefs that make you feel limited, and then you just keep rising, 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 and then the gifts will show themselves as that energy floods in. It's like I don't know if you ever have seen movies where there's like a spacecraft of some sort that's people discover that's been sitting there for centuries, and they click switches and things start to activate throughout the ship. That's what's happening with you. Things are starting to activate all throughout your body, your mind, your heart, and the spiritual gifts are expanding and expanding. And so you'll start to really recognize them here in a very, very short time. Because like I said, you are cutting those strings to those big sandbags at lightning speed. So I like it. Right. And that's what they have for you, Rhonda. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what unfolds here for you. All right. So Aditi, angel message for you. And we do want to go to the divine guidance cards here. These are another of my spiritual ink blot test cards. So let's take a look here. And I'm only going to be on for less than about 5-10 minutes here. So if you are wanting to make sure that I get to your reading in this session, then the donation does guarantee that I will make sure I complete it in this session. Otherwise, I will be back in about 6 hours for my evening session. And I'll talk about some more things here in just a moment. All right, so here you go, Aditi. You got card number 39. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little better there for you. There it is. Look at those beautiful, beautiful colors. All right. And the message for this one says, drum roll. Okay, maybe. Come on. There it goes. It's called resolution. So life is like a puzzle, and we put the pieces together in a way that fits for us. Until now, your puzzle hasn't seemed to fit together in a way that has made sense. What seems out of harmony will begin to feel balanced. Even though some things feel like they just won't work, shifts and adjustments are happening now. You will find that things will start to fall into place and that everything will fit together perfectly in your life. Yeah, they are perfect right now. We just don't see it. So things are starting to shift within you where you're starting to see the perfection of your life and the perfection of how how everything is unfolding in the perfect timing, in the perfect order. We just, it's not agreeing with our own expectations. And so things are shifting in your thoughts and beliefs to where you're like being able to see things going, oh, now I see why that happened and why this happened and why this person is in my life and that one isn't. And you're starting to see things from this higher perspective. So I like that for you, Aditi. So many, many blessings for you. All right. And thank you so much. I got a couple donations, so I'm going to jump off the free ones. That'll actually be my last free reading for this session. because these two will take me past my 2 hour mark. So before I jump into those two, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've also given the video. It's something free that you can do that does help spread the Zen love to the world, because the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves those, and it wants to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. And if you are not able to make a donation and you needed an answer today, please jump over to my Brother Zen Mystic Tarot page, and there's a ton of playlists that offer a lot of free content there. And just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to the videos with the messages, because they're smart that way. Also, like I mentioned, let me just post these really quick here. I do have a personal reading giveaway every 2 weeks. So we're already 1 week in. So next weekend on Sunday, I'll make the announcement of the winner. But here's the video if you want to go check that out, to see how you can enter that drawing. I'm already going to be giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading. I'm like one comment away, at least earlier I was, from adding in the 45-minute recorded reading as well. And then if I get 45 or more over this next week, I'll add in an hour one as well. So you can check those out. There is some opportunities for that. I also offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. So if you want to book one of those readings, all the information and the pricing is all in the description box of this video. And as I said, I'll be back this evening, and then I'm off Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll be back Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. So there you go. A lot of opportunities for free things. And I apologize, I'm not able to get down to everyone on the free readings every session. That gets quite long, quite fast. I normally put out I book the session an hour before. So if you subscribe to my channel and you've selected the all under the subscriber, the alarm icon, then you'll be notified when that comes out, and you can start putting your questions there too. So it's about an hour before, because I put out an advertisement on all my social media too. So I create the session an hour early to give people time to plan for that. So, but you can go in earlier and start the free list there too. So that is the process, and that is the announcement. So let's get in here. And Courtney, thank you so much for your second question there. And let's see, will Marquita decide to spend more time with you? Let's take a look here and see what do we have here. I feel like they will. You got the Defender card here, which is the Emperor card in the standard tarot. It's Aries energy, fiery, movement. Just really commanding and doing it. So I feel like they will want to spend more time with you. But there's this stuff we talked about earlier. We got the Devil card. And all these and I like that this is the 10, because these are all the expectations they had before around relationships and the stuff that didn't turn out well. The 10 of Swords is like sick and tired of being sick and tired of trying to live up to all those long list of rules and expectations, and so they are cutting those and they're transforming it. They're working through the emotional confusion and all those things. So just to give them a little bit of time, they will do that, which I really like, that your presence in their life is having them want to release these things and to let them go, because they want to have something different with you than they've had in the past. And so they're just like, they're facing it, they're doing this, it's shaking it up in their life, but they just have to get through all the stuff that has, it's like the dust has risen in their relationship part of their heart. Maybe they've had it closed down for a while because it's like, poof, and they're like, and they're, clearing the air so that they can breathe and that it can feel free rather than feel like their asthma, their emotional asthma is acting up. And so they're clearing this out because they want to have a fresh start, a freshness around it. So I like that for you, Courtney. So um, I was asking them for time frame if they would agree to me anything, but I didn't get anything. Let me just do one more through here. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your donation too. I appreciate that energy. No, no timing. They're like, "Meh." And so whenever we have those delays, we work. I think I might have mentioned that to you already, but we work on our self love. It's the reflection for us to go, okay, it's going slow. This is happening for me too, so that I can open up my heart more, open up my self love more, so I can give more love and receive more love from them too. Because while there's a pause, that's why it's happening for both of us. So I'm excited, Courtney. Just know whatever's meant for you will not pass you by. So you're not going to miss out. It's going to unfold perfectly. So, all right. That is what they have. Many, many blessings to you. All right. And then Zatavia Wimbush, you are up. And thank you for your donation. You want to know what will happen if you call your ex? Will it end in reconciliation? All right. Let's see what Spirit has for you there. We'll talk about now, right? You want to know, what if you call them now, like right around this time frame here? What would be the outcome? Okay. So right now, they're kind of saying right now is not the time. Um, and because we've got the moon, which is the cycles of the moon, um, there's some deep diving that is going on right now. The hearts are exposed. It's a perfect time for us to look into the unconscious, the subconscious, and really look into that, because the keeper of the swords is the queen of the swords, which is balancing of heart and mind. Our heart wants to communicate, but the mind needs to needs time to get things in order. Our heart needs time to really reflect as well here, because we also got these two cards. You have the Two of Cups, which is the love. So this is definitely them saying that, and they're just showing here that there's a block right now, an energetic block, and this is what they're saying. Just this is like keeping you from contacting them. They're like saying, just back here is where that is, and that block that's there is on purpose, for a purpose, to give you both time to look into your heart, to give you both time to understand things, because um, got the Five of Coins, which is this understanding these feelings of abandonment, feeling left behind, being out in the cold, these feelings of lack. And the Six of Coins is the codependency awareness card. So there's this need that within either both of you or maybe them, where they have to overgive. So if this resonates for you, you know, um, there's this feeling that comes from your childhoods is where it would originate. It's not you guys that caused this in each other. It's was reflected in your relationship, which is when you're younger, you had to feel like you had to do so much, giving of love when you're a child to parents, grandparents, siblings, whoever it was, where you had to do so much to get so little in return that as children, and that's where that moon comes in, this subconscious stuff, this rate of exchange of love is way out of balance. And so when they feel like they have to give so much to get so little, if let's say it's them that is in that scenario and you want to give, they will only allow you to give a certain amount because they can't afford the exchange rate. Like, if you want to give them one thing of love, they feel they have to give you 100. And so you're like, well, I want to give you 10. They're like, I have to give you 1,000 then. And you're like, well, I want to give you 100. And they're like, that means I have to give you 10,000. They won't accept it. It freaks them out, right? And it could be the same way reversed with you too. So it's understanding this worth and this deep diving that has to happen within the hearts first in order for you to be able to receive, because otherwise what happens in codependent relationships in those scenarios is it changes from adult to parent to child type of scenarios. And one person will feel they have to give and give and give until they're exhausted, and they'll give and give and give more until they're resentful. And then the individual on the other end that's not allowed to give to them, then you want to give somewhere else, because they won't allow you to receive, and they get resentful about that. They're like, well, I only allow you to give me this much, but I don't want you to give it to everyone else. I want you to save it all in this bank that I will eventually, through the centuries, be able to take, but I don't want you to give it somewhere else. But we end up, wanting to give and feel good too. Like they're over giving. We want to be able to give. So we end up giving into becoming workaholics or working out or to our friends and family, a hobby or an affair, So this is what happens in codependent relationships. And in order for a reconciliation to be possible, that inner work has to happen. So Spirit's saying now it wouldn't be a positive result, because some of that inner work on both sides needs to happen first. So hopefully that made sense there and resonated, Natavia. So yeah, and again, 5 of Wands. Things have to transform. Energy needs to transform first. If it contacted now, there'd be conflict. It needs time to transform. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again so much for your donation. And I don't think I have any other donations. Let me just check my email here. Okay. So that will be my last reading for this session. You are very welcome. I will be back in less than 6 hours for my evening. And as I mentioned, check out my playlist if you do need an answer right away, because Spirit has messages all over the place in there, of course. And again, thank you guys so much for all your thirst and hunger for hearing from Spirit and connecting to the spirit realm. I consider it an honor and a privilege for you to trust me to do that. And please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So have a great day, a great night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you, and hang in there. Take care.